If something called itself the direction and roadmap to heaven, and it says translated on it, I'm gonna go to where it was translated from. I'm like, okay, where would you translate it from? Now I'm gonna see if it lines up from where it was translated from, because it gotta prove all things. It says prove all things. Hold fast to that which is good and abstain from evil. And if you can look down, that's around First Thessalonians 5:21, or somewhere around there. You can find that. Now look, if if I'm proving it, I'm like inside of the book that I proved it from, and I end up going to the book it was translated from, the King James Bible translated from, and they don't say the same name. Hold on, why don't it say the same name? So I'm like, listen, if this book came before this book and it's translated from this book, I'm like, hold on, and this book done been here from the time that Christ was actually here. I'm like, do I follow what you saying, or do I follow what the book that you translated from saying? I'm like, listen, I'm gonna follow the greatest of it all. I'm like, I'm gonna keep proving, and I'm gonna keep proving. I'm gonna get to the rock. I'm gonna get to the solid foundation, and I'm like, I'm gonna stand stern. I'm gonna be on information that's unmovable. But this information is movable because it says translated. So it's not the same name that's inside of the book, that's inside of King James book, as in the translated book. So that's a problem for me. That's a count there. Now, next thing that we talked about here is it says letter J was created in the 1524. And I'm like, hold on. I'm like, you mean 1500 years, or either somewhere around there after Christ was here or either born? I'm like, hold on. I'm like, wait. I'm like, how you gonna put a J on his name then? Listen, we can't be lying. We can't lie. We gotta be of truth. We gotta tell the truth. The truth will set you free. I'm like, it's a lot of bondages on this now. I'm like, we can't be sitting here saying calling the man name or something that he not. I'm like, it's not. I say be just with all man. Be just with even the Lord above. I'm like, be fair, be blameless to all men, also blameless to him, because he have sought rules here, and we gonna call him something that he's not. I'm like, if you call me a name that I'm not, do I answer? I look around and see what you're talking about. I'm like, listen, let's be of actual facts and proof. And like on a solid foundation when we talk with our hands, our spirit. Now, many people are gonna say, oh, forth, they're gonna say, well, I have my testimony. Well, this is the thing. I'm like, listen, it's something called vain illusions of one for some, and to others can be that he went to their ignorance. And also, your faith can make you whole. But in no means, when you know better, you do better. You know better, you do better. You don't stay in ignorance. You don't stay and just say, "Well, I'm gonna stay here anyway." No, we move to the greater. We go to the rock, to the rock. We can prove that we can understand it the greatest. And that's where we move accordingly. Now you say, "What is the name?" I say, "Look, what did the prophet say his name was?" The prophet said his name was what? Emmanuel. And I go forth and I say, "Well, when the angel went forth, he ain't say three names. He ain't say Yeshua, Emmanuel, and Jesus. He said he didn't say he had three names." And I'm like, hold on. When the angel went to Mary, what did he say his name was? Well, the angel went to Joseph, or what did he say his name? Whatever said his name was. I'm like, now listen, these are states to study. It says, study the trust of approval. A workman need not to be ashamed, but rightly divide the word of truth. Everything that's truth to come to you, you got to rightfully divide it. I listen to account for everybody. You talk about it. You talk about it. Let's see who make more sense here. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna be following no foolish way like this in a veil. Like, okay, the pastor got a position. I think he should know what's right. But no, we follow understanding. We follow truth. We follow knowledge. We follow wisdom. We follow the spirits of the Lord, because they come down here to lead us and guide us. I'm like, no, we follow the people. It said, let all men be a lie. They ain't ready enough. They ain't qualified enough. No, I'm talking about these spirits that is in heaven also. Like, nah, I'm getting to heaven. I'm not. Where you going? Where you got somewhere to put me? No, listen, we gonna follow the truth. The truth will set you free. Let's stay on a solid rock. The rock.